In the mountains of Appalachia, Mama was the backbone that kept the family together. Granny was the brains. Dad was the muscle that carried the family through. The men of Appalachia protected the family from harm, put bread on the table, a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and shoes on their feet. The men climbed the highest trees, went down the deepest caves, and flew higher in plains, and fought harder in war, all to keep his kin fed and safe from harm. He would go deep in the vast wilderness of Appalachia to hunt for meat and furs to sell. Under the covers of darkness, late into the night, he'd fire up that old copper kettle, brewing up a batch of that old white lightning to sell or trade for what his family needed. The men would do anything and everything for his family. Today's video is Volume 6 in our Historic Appalachian Photos Never Seen Before in honor of the men of Appalachia. So sit back, relax, and let's see what photos we have this week. Appalachia, the mountains are like no other. From its rigid terrain, beautiful wildlife, to the people that live their lives here, to the strange, unexplained stories that folks share. Join me while I share this amazing place, one story at a time. Photo number 1. Now this looks so old. It's of a mountain man and his family. His wife, a baby, a little girl, and Granny. Boy, that cabin, that's when every single part was made by hand. Split rail fences, well, that was hard to make and had to split each part. But it lasted for years. This fella had to be hard working to keep up a place such as this. It took months of grueling hard work to even have a place warm and dry to lay your head. This photo has no information on it. Photo number 2 is of a priest or preacher. This man played such a role that was so important it was given by God himself. He shared the love of God with each person, telling of a land so fair, so beautiful, so peaceful, we can go one day. Glory land waits for those who give their life to the Lord. Being a preacher was never easy, but he was needed in every community. He would show up the instant he was called upon. He would devote his life to the work. Food, well, never had to worry about that. Good folks would practically fight over who got to feed him each week. This photo was taken in Cincinnati, Ohio. Not sure of the date, but I'm positive it was in 1929. This photo was in a small box with an envelope, and it says Society of the Divine Word, Tinchney, Illinois. G.L. Hiffle to Mr. Ralph Thurman, 8103 Lake Ann, Deer Park, Cincinnati, Ohio. And the stamp says July 29th, 1929 at 1 p.m. I'm certain the photo is Ralph. At least I hope so. Photo number 3 is of a man and a woman standing outside their humble cabin. Looks like summertime because all the grass is completely dried up. The man's wife is in her pretty dress, and what a smile she has. They love each other dearly, each one doing their part, making their life for themselves. The cabin they live in looks very old. The chicken is even wearing away. I bet his pa built that place many years prior to this photo. Funny how things last generations in those days. They don't last a week or even months today. I tell you, this feller looks like he's been through some things and came out swinging. This photo has no information on it. Photo number 4 is of another small family. A father, a mother, and a little one too. They seem to be so happy and well-to-do. Ma's got a beautiful flower dress, and Pa has a nice shirt and pants. And look, they can afford specs too. It's most certainly summertime here. The little one is running around in their skivvies. We left off that part for guideline purposes. Kids in the summertime are like lightning, here and gone, like a weekly paycheck. No clue how they got this photo taken. It seems as the sun was shining right inside the lens, 'cause it's got that old sunburst look. This photo was taken in Baltimore, Maryland, 1942. This is Kenneth, Martha, and little Susan. Photo number 5 was taken the same day at the same place as the first one. The same trees, even the same sunburst. This young man is posing on this sunny summer day. Looks like he was planning on a day of fun. Mischief too. He says, "I got things to do. Let me go already." Makes you wonder what was going on this day for everyone to be together. Was it Sunday after church at Ma's house? Was it a birthday? Who knows? One thing is for sure. Pa will raise him up right and teach him how to be a good man. This was taken Baltimore, Maryland, 1942, and this boy is Jim Benton. Photo number 6 is of what every man during World War I and II had to experience. Coming home on furlough to visit while fighting. Every man had to do it. They did their part in keeping the country and their family safe from harm. It was hard to leave them, but so necessary. So many boys left and never came home again. They lost their life fighting for their family. One of the sad truths of war. This soldier is posing with his younger brother who looked up to him for his bravery and valor in this time of trouble. This photo has no information on it. Photo number 7 is of 2 men and their ladies. Probably sparking time, so they are in their Sunday best. And see, Sunday was usually sparking time. You could walk your lady to church, sit with each other during the service, and then eat lunch when church was over, and then go back to church for Sunday night service, and then walk her home and maybe get a little sugar and then head home yourself. Sparking was the Appalachian term for dating. Sunday was always the very finest day. Good old cooking, good church, and sparking. Many times, church was an all-day event, and you brought lunch with you, and you sat in the shade under an old shade tree. This photo has no information on it. Photo number 8 is of a man and his family out parking, having a good old picnic. A day of family fun. Good old eating too. Mama and Granny would whip up the best cooking, pack it all up in a basket, and head to the wooded area in the shade around the park table and have a feast. Pa would sit back and relax and fill his belly and watch the kiddos playing and having fun, and rolls his eyes at Ma as she tells the town folk gossip like she always did. Family is so important in Appalachia. This photo was taken in 1941 and reads, Picnic with Hughes. Photo number 9 is of Grandpa and Granny out on the town. Boy, howdy, are they dressed to impress. They had their Sunday best on. When folks of Appalachia got to go to town, it was a big deal. They put their finest clothes on, shined up their shoes, slicked down their hair, and Pop would polish up his old truck. The whole family went. The kids would stand outside looking in the windows at all the stuff in the store. Going to town was such an occasion. Today, we go to town multiple times in one day, but back then, they only went once a month, every other month, and way back in the mountains, one time a year. So it was a day that the family really looked forward to. A new dress, toys, clothes, implements, feed, something new was coming home. This photo was taken in 1947, and it reads, Dad, Gene, and Billy Vernon. Photo number 10 is on the same day with the same old man and 2 other folks. In this photo, I noticed a GE logo in the window just behind them. Must have been an old hardware store. That's pretty cool. Everyone in that picture is dressed ever so nicely. Really makes you wonder exactly why this place, what are they doing, and what's the occasion. This was taken in 1947. The photo reads, Dad, Ed, and Gene, Billy Vernon. Photo number 11 is of a father holding his son for a photo. A father and son were always close. The father would teach the son every lesson he could to prepare him for the next generation. He would lead his own family one day. When Pa got to be old, he would take his place at the head of the family. Pa would do everything in his power to be sure that the boy was ready when his time came. Fathers grow old and are not able to do like that needs to be done, so they always be sure someone's there with the knowledge to step in. This photo reads, Stan and Mac McGillian. Charleston, 1942. Photo number 12 is of two fellows in the woods, hanging out. Best friends? Brothers? Not sure, but either way, they're enjoying themselves. The one's got an old pipe in his mouth, and both are dressed to the nines. Are they on their way to church in Sparkin? Most likely. Young men don't dress like this often. They would wear work clothes or play clothes, either one. A young man always loved exploring the woods, but Sunday was the one day that was special. It was the only time they could see the girl they were sweet on. Of course, giving thanks for their blessings and Mama's cooking when church was over was good too. They were hunting a wife so they could have a family of their own, putting to use the lessons Pa taught them. This photo has no information written on it. Photo number 13 is of a man and his lady dressed up to the nines. Seems like it's graduation time. Look at all the folks in the background. Graduation was important. It showed your hard work paid off. On to the next step in life. College, military, marriage, fatherhood. Which direction you went was your choice. It was the first step to the rest of your life. These two sure do look happy together. Maybe they married and lived a long, prosperous life together. This time in a young man's life was very hard. Where do you go? What do you do? What's the best choice? You just had to fire from the hip and hope it was the right decision. Sadly, this photo has no information on it. Number 14 is yet another graduation photo. Father, brother, and the graduate all together to remember and celebrate this moment. Dad is so proud of his son for his hard work and dedication, and brother looks up to him, seeing what hard work and dedication can head to, making him want to strive harder. It's very humbling when your family is there to celebrate your accomplishment, telling that they are proud of you and being there for you through it all. This photo reads Carl, Allen, and Glenn Schock, June the 1st, 1947. Photo number 15 is of a Navy man riding his bicycle near an old cemetery. Looks like he's enjoying himself while home from war on furlough. Fighting battles on those ships for months and years at a time were hard on you. When you got to go home for a while, you take advantage of the rest and relaxation. Bicycling is very calming. I do wonder, when was this taken? What cemetery is this? It looks old here in this photo, and this photo itself looks old now. Leaves you curious, don't it? These men really did give their life for their country and family, all to make sure that they are indeed safe from harm. Some did it to earn money for their family. When there was no money, no job, and no way to get any, this was an option. This photo only reads the number 10. I have to assume 1910 was when it was taken. Photo number 16 is of a soldier in the army standing outside the barracks. He is at attention with a mild smile. This is probably during World War I. This is dry summertime. Look at the patch of grass beside him. I couldn't imagine fighting in these clothes. Long sleeve shirt, shiny boots, and leggers. This don't even come close to the attire of today's soldiers. This photo was special. He posed for this so his family would have something to remember him by till he came home, safe and sound, in the arms of his family once again. Sadly, it would be the only picture some of the men ever taken because they were killed in the line of duty or missing in action. This photo reads, "To Geneva and Grandmama." Photo number 17 is of a young man taking his photo in his Navy outfit, probably the day he signed up. He had such a smile. So often, men come home changed by the war. This smile would no longer be there. Seeing such terrible things will change you. The men would do this every single time asked to ensure his family and country were safe from all harm. He knew he had to make this sacrifice. This photo only has 070U printed on it. Photo number 18 is of an older man walking the streets of the town. He's right outside a shop window. Pa didn't get to come to visit town so often. He only came when he had to buy something, or he needed to fix something or sell something to earn a buck. I tell you, coming to town could be hectic. The whole bunch came with to see or buy things, needs, and a few wants. He had to tell them no sometimes because he couldn't afford it. Other times, you would be treated to something nice. It all was determined by how successful the year was. This photo has nothing written on it. Photo number 19. This was of a man and his brother. They are posing together in front of a pine tree. Those two spent a lot of time together. They were inseparable of each other. They went through hard times and only had each other to lean on in hard times. This day, they were dressed in their Sunday best, looking super nice. I wonder, is it a wedding, graduation, or church? Who knows? This photo reads, Ed and R. Miles, taken in Baltimore, Maryland, December 1941. Photo number 20 is of a man posing alongside an old shop. We could see him posing with the others in photo 7 and 8. Number 7, he was in a hat with a lady. And number 8 was with two others in front of the same building with the GE on it. Super neat. Seemed like a day of fun. I would love to know the occasion. Said I love family photos. This feller was very important to the three folks. I bet he was the father. He was beloved by them. I bet he worked so hard to take care of them and their needs, giving everything he could for them, always working endless hours to supply home, food, clothes, and all else they needed. This photo reads, Cha T. Elliott, Billy Vernon, 1947. Photo number 21. This is a group of soldiers. They were like brothers. They had each other's backs. In the trenches, they could trust each other to protect and give their life for each other. Those were hard times. The guys you spent literally years together, going all across the world side by side. Literally a band of brothers. They become family literally overnight. Those men had each other as all while they fought. It was like family away from family. The four men were outside of some old village, probably stateside, because they were not in combat uniforms. This photo was stamped, and it reads, Perfect Film Prints, Quality Prints, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Well, folks, I want to thank you for sitting and listening and looking at these photos of these Appalachian men from our past. Well, I appreciate you listening. Love you to pieces. And I'll see you next time.